Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about the Space Challengers. So getting to read about NASA and the launches that they did. Growing up, my brother was super involved in the science club and the rocket club at school, and so I know a little bit. It's kind of what his life revolved around when we were younger. So I was a little bit interested, and so it was cool to read about the stories and about everything involved and all the prep work that went into it. So super interesting. But as we were able to read these, some of the questions that I'll be answering is what could NASA have done better in reading the Space Challenge article? And I think the biggest thing would be communication. Communication with the employees, the managers, to the engineers, and the people that know what they're doing. Everyone is everyone is qualified for a different job. I don't need to go do someone else's job. They don't need to do mine. So if you're qualified for that job, I don't think you should question that person. So I think the biggest thing was communication, talking. It's important for us, it was important to get the space shuttles into the sky, into the moon, and everywhere, but lives are more important. So I think that was a big thing that we need to be careful of, that those people are putting their lives on the line for us and discovering. And so I think communication would be a huge, huge help in that. Question number 2 was, what should Roger, I think, Boesjali, have done differently? I think he was right about wanting to prep more. He was older and needed a family to support him. He should have spoken up more and had been more bold during conferences calls and should have stood up for his feelings more. As you look around, a lot of people can influence how you feel about things, and so if it's one of those things you should just stick to your gut, then stick to your gut. And then the last question is, what do you as the student see as your future engineering professional responsibilities in relation to both the beginning loyal to management and protecting the public welfare? So responsibility, I think safety overall and welfare should be priority number 1 in any matter. I think that's a huge thing, that safety should come first. These people are basically putting their lives out there, and a lot goes into the science and how things work, and so I think safety should be, and obviously welfare should be priority number 1. Loyal to management is important. This does not mean that you always agree, but don't be afraid to have their back if management does not agree. Respect that, but don't be afraid to speak up. It could save lives. So I think this was really interesting to read. As I read the story of they wanted to launch, they were worried about the ice. They ended up having problems with the ice because there was so much go, 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 we need to make this happen. Patience is key. So it was really interesting to read about it. I really enjoyed it. And science is awesome. NASA is really cool, and we have an uncle that works for them, and things just keep getting better and bigger, so we'll see where it takes us.